Alrighty, guys, what's up? So, last thing that we went over was your mission and how to create and construct that mission and the components of that mission that are very important as we move to our next thing, which is called our agreement or our covenant, or this is what becomes law to you. So, when you make an agreement towards all the other things that you've written down and you've went over and you've contemplated and you've discussed in your mind with me or with yourself or with your whoever is involved in the things that you're doing, you created this mission. Now it's time to move forward with a covenant or an agreement or an acceptance to be able to implement whatever it is that mission has resonated with you into now your new law. So first your mission or your life existence or your reason for being or your reason for existing or the thing that you really want now moves into your acceptance of that thing as being the new law of your life, the new law of why you exist, right? So now, first thing we need to look at is, this is a big one. You must be 100% all in. There is no way for you to agree to anything and half-ass it. It cannot become law in your life if you're willing to break that specific law. Because think about it. You're breaking something that you constructed that's supposed to make you better. So who is the real problem in that scenario when you don't do this? You may have an agreement in place for a non-mission, and then that agreement in that non-missional place will take precedence over your mission if you have no agreement in place on that. So when I say you're going to go 100% all in, there is no backing out. Once you say yes and you say, look, this is it. That means hell or high water, who I lose, who I don't lose, who comes with me, who isn't going to come with me. It starts right now at this part. Either you're with me or you are, I won't say with me or against me, but you can say that. If you really wanted to the sense that you are going to attain this mission, this is why you are here, that means that you must be with me or not, because I am 100% all in. And I can't associate with people who are not, right? Next, you will decide to be the victim or the victor. When you play the victim, that means something happens to you. That means you cannot change the outcome. That means that it will never get better because you are at the helm of the ship of someone else. You are just riding the wave. When you decide to be the victor, you decide to be 100% all in, and you are also going to the effects that you are accountable for the outcomes of that agreement. You are accountable for the outcomes of that mission and that law. You begin to look at things very differently because now you are in control and you can begin to change them. You must decommit to any unachievable, unattainable things prior to coming into play. That means that if something is off mark of your mission or something you have going on prior to you creating this mission that will keep you from getting there, with this new agreement in place, with the mission that now you've accepted and agreed to and has become your new law, you must decommit to anything prior to that, future to that, or anything like that. So that means that, let's say hypothetically, someone goes, Vic, I have this, my dog's all snoring down there. If I have this new thing that I want you to take a look at, guys, so it's like, I know you're doing this coaching for these men, but maybe we can add this women's program to it, and I got to, right away, as soon as I hear, like, my mission is to coach male entrepreneurs to do this, 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 and this. It doesn't have a place right now for women. So until I attain my mission, until I become known for this thing, until I begin to understand that I've nixed all the bullshit that can come up and I'm flexible yet inflexible on meeting this mission, I've went 100% in. I've already assigned myself the winner, the victor of this program, and I've also I can immediately say no and not feel bad. Not feel like I'm robbing that a person, because at that point I wouldn't be spreading myself so thin and lose my ability to continue to connect with you guys because I'm so spread out. And then I must accept things as is. I must know that everything within the limelight of what I'm walking, where I'm going is already perfect, including myself. That I don't need any additional shit. I don't need to justify my position. I don't need to say anything outside of, look, this is what I'm doing. And if you don't get that, it's not my problem. I don't have to say if you don't get that, it's not my problem to them. The agreement is not with other people. The agreement is within yourself. The agreement is the acceptance letter to you that this has now been, boom, stamped into law, that your mission takes precedence over everything else, and do not feel bad about it. That's why the agreement is so important. This covenant agreement to yourself that now becomes law, that your mission is all-encompassing important. That's why it's important to have a mission for each part of your life. I didn't have one. I had one for my business, and my life outside of my business began to deteriorate. My relationship began to deteriorate because I decided that my business was more important and that the relationship side of me, I left that mission to someone else, and it didn't continue on to the effects that I would have had it do. So I gained one thing and lost someone else. So I learned in that effect that my mission, this formula of being made, I can be champion made in all areas, yet I didn't apply them that way. So I'm prompting you to do them in your business as well as do them in your relationship, in your body, meaning like your physical body and also your spiritual body, right? As well as the other areas of your life that are important to you, okay? So again, this is the agreement side. So once we create an agreement, that agreement's components are you must go in 100%. You must ask yourself these questions and really commit to them and know. You also must connect with whomever your people are going to be embarking on this journey, the necessary components, all the people that are going to play a part in your business or your relationship or your body or all these different things, other coaches in place. Understand and share with them that you now have this mission. You now have embarked upon this agreement to be all in 100%, that you decided to be the victor in this program. You will decommit to anything that will knock you off the mark of doing all this stuff, and you accept yourself, everything else as is, and being perfect, that you are not a victim of it, that you are willing to take the helm of the ship, and you will direct it the way that it needs to go based on the mission that you've established. All right? Stay tuned for the next video, and we're coming into the decision-making process. Like we said, fixing things along the way, but for now, this is the agreements that we will make to know that this is where we're headed.